You know what? I was thinking about this before we went live. Our board must hate what Unai Hoeneß says. Oh my goodness, they must hate him. They don't like him at all because he comes out and just says and speaks his mind. And bang, he spoke his mind. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. We have a lot of things to talk about with what Unai Hoeneß said. We have a lot of things to talk about. We have a lot to unpack. He pretty much just said a lot of the things that we were all thinking, and behind the scenes, I don't know. We'll talk about them and get into them, but let's unpack this. First of all, he talked about Alaba, he talked about Thiago, he talked about Bayern's fourth choice winger, he talked about everything. That's the squad depth window. I don't think anyone, someone's asking why is there no Dest? He's not a Bayern player, so he can't be here if he's not here. So we'll talk about those things. He also talked about Thiago and how United and Liverpool are apparently trying to wait to the last minute to get him or to put in a low offer and Bayern would have to accept. Well, Bayern Munich don't need to lose anything by losing Thiago. First of all, 30 million is a disgraceful offer for a player of his quality. And next year he's 30, so who's really losing money there? So honestly, there's a lot of you that said, you know what, keep Thiago extra year. He goes on a free. It's not like we were going to spend the money on another player. And guess what? I'm hearing from what Unai Hoeneß said that there wouldn't be a like-for-like replacement for Thiago. So that's a little bit weird. So Bayern wouldn't target that anyways this transfer window. So you might as well just keep Thiago. So if Liverpool and Man United apparently come in last minute with a low offer, just don't accept it, lose Thiago for free, we're all happy. So he pretty much said both clubs did not come to us with an offer. So United or Liverpool, they didn't come to Bayern with an offer. They were bluffing and likely waiting until the last week of the transfer window to make a cheap offer. Bayern must decide whether they want to play this game or stand their ground and keep Thiago. That's pretty much what Unai Hoeneß is saying. So I think we should keep our ground, stand our ground, right? Is there any amount of money that they should offer? No, we don't need to sell Thiago. We're not in a rush. You know, it's like he just pretty much said in his entire press conference, in this entire interview. He pretty much just said Bayern weren't going to spend money or need to sell a player to spend the money anyways. So I'm completely fine with Bayern not, selling Thiago and just losing him on a free because we get one of the best midfielders in the world for an extra year. That's a guaranteed Champions League. Seriously, it helps, and guess what? We can then figure out a replacement next year when we're in a much better financial situation. So, you know what Unai Hoeneß is saying there, definitely keep Thiago. Are we signing Benicio Baker? But you know what? Yes, we are. It's not like he just joined Porto like a week ago. Yes, we'll sign him. So, on Alaba, Unai said a lot of things. He pretty much said that Alaba is only being influenced by his, little piranha agent, that little vulture agent that he has, Pini Zahavi, a very, very annoying agent. He takes care of his clients. That's why he has a lot of clients. But he's a very, very greedy agent. He's a very stuck-up guy, honestly. He's just one of those, I guess, negotiators that wants his thing. So apparently, Unai is pretty much saying that Alaba, it's all about money. He wants 25. Come on. Who's giving Alaba? Nah, that's dumb. No, get 14 million a year, be happy with it, because there's no way I'd ruin the wage structure of this club just for Alaba. Alaba's not all that. I said it before, and people got on to me. They were saying I had this. I don't have any agendas or propagandas towards any players. Oh, I do. Never mind. But not to any. Yes, exactly. So Alaba's demanding this much more. Sell the guy, because he doesn't need to. We don't need Alaba. You know what? Someone would definitely pay him 25 million, because a year, that's dumb. That's stupid. Why would anyone do that? No, it's not smart. So he said that Alaba's dad is also highly influenced by that. He said our wage structure will remain untouched. The club must remain firm with that. That's it. You know what? Look, Unai is not part of the executive board. He's part of the supervisory board. That's probably a useless position. I don't think they do anything important. They probably just organize the soccer aid matches, and that's probably their entire job. But he does have an idea of what's going on in between the club and all the things that are happening, and he's pretty much exposing it. So there with Alaba, he's pretty much saying for Bayern, it's probably beneficial. We don't change our wage structure. 25 million for Alaba. Lewandowski's on 20 million. Thomas Muller's on like 16 or 17 million. Neuer the same. You're telling me Alaba is as important as Lewandowski, Neuer, and no, he's not. He needs to realize that he's on 14 million or something a year. And there's no logic in demanding 20. No, you're not going to get that, first of all. If he wants to go, then sell him. I don't think anyone wants to spend the money that we demand. So he needs to understand that, first of all. There's no way in hell Bayern are giving you that much money. Hell no. Okay, so now we get to the transfer stuff. Now we get to talking about the transfers that he actually talked about. Unai Hoeneß. He said Bayern will probably not sign the fourth winger demanded by Flick because he would be too expensive and quickly be unhappy due to competition, game time, etc. That's probably one of the least sensible statement I have ever heard. Hansi Flick wants a fourth winger because he knows that we are Bayern Munich. And Unai Hoeneß is pretty much saying, yes, Flick wants a fourth winger. Yes, but Bayern will probably not sign. No, because he's too expensive. This is exactly why I have a problem with people that say, oh, I trust the board. Oh, someone came at me and was like, you're not our board. Why are you say? Because this is the same board that went into seasons with 15 players, first teamers that could start. And we'd get a billion injuries and the same problem persisted. We hired Carlo Ancelotti, Champions League winner, and he asked for a midfielder, an established midfielder. We bought him Tolisso. Bayern always seem to go a level below what the manager wants. And now it looks like Bayern are happy going into a season with 3 wingers, 3 games every other week. You can't make this. No, you need to have 4 wingers. You need to. It's a requirement. You can't go into a season and expect to succeed and have all this just. No, you have to have the depth. I think squad depth for Bayern is very important, right? Dejaku is our fourth wing. No, that would absolutely make me want to have a heart attack. And that's the thing. People keep talking about our young players. All of them are going out on loan. So the ones that everyone keeps saying, that's our fourth winger, that's our backup this, that's our backup that, they're all on loan now because they're not ready. They're not ready. They won't be ready for years. Some of them won't even become good players for us. Some of them will have deficiencies in their game. And you can't rely on that. You need to make squad signing. You need to make depth. You have to build a squad. We lost Coutinho, Odriozola, Perisic. You have to replace each and every single one of them because they were all important players on the bench. If Kimmich wasn't a good right back and Pavard got injured, we're playing Odriozola all of a sudden, right? So you need someone of that level. And then all of a sudden, if Thiago wasn't here and if Goretzka was injured or something, all of a sudden you're bringing Cousins to be in your midfield in the Champions League final. You need to understand that it's about the squad game. You have to play that. Some teams just don't get injuries. Well, we do. We're a hospital. The Bayern Munich. We help the poor because we're a hospital. We take care of the sick. Coman's going to pick up a knock. Gnabry the same. Sané the same. Sané is not going to stay fit for 100% of the season. And I know that for a fact because it's impossible. For a winger to stay fit for every single game is impossible. Especially when we're going to have such a congested fixture list. The thing is, we're playing this Friday, right? And then we're playing a few days out, and then it's normal. And then there's a certain stage where there's a Champions League, and then there's all these games. We have a tight schedule. We need depth. And we're getting away with it. We got away with depth last season because we had 3 players on loan. That helped us massively. You had a star player, a very quality player in Perisic. Perisic contributed massively to our season. He got a lot of goals, a lot of important assists. Scored against Leverkusen, scored against Chelsea, scored against Barcelona. Coutinho contributed in his own way. He got injured towards the latter stages of the season, but came on 2 goals, 1 assist versus Barcelona. Did he get an assist versus Lyon? I'm not exactly sure, but he contributed. Odriozola got an assist versus Chelsea. Every single game, our bench helped us massively. So I wanna have a strong bench. I really do. And look at Real Madrid. People always talk about, oh my goodness, that Galacticos team. It's not. It wasn't the Galacticos that won 3 Champions Leagues in a row in the modern era. It was a team. It was a squad. They had players to come in for players if they got injured, and not all of them were the same quality, right? We need a big squad. I think we have to get one because we're going into a big season. Fructel got loaned. Yes, they're all in Nuremberg. I mean, someone was saying Sabrit Singh should be our backup attacking midfielder. He's on loan too because they aren't ready. They're not ready like the way we think they're ready is we watch these Bayern 2 games and we watch these reserve games. And we just and they play so well, and we're like, how can they possibly not play as well? In the first, it's a different level. It's a different level of pressure. You're not playing in front of, the little couple hundred people that show up to the academy games, and you're not playing in front of them. You're playing in front of 75,000 demanding fans. As much as Bayern fans don't want to admit it, we're demanding. We want to win every game. We cry. We get annoyed if we don't win. We remember games we lose because we want to win every single game. These young players need an environment, so you can't force them. You can't tell Musiala just because Davies worked. Davies came from the MLS. He was a signing. We bought Davies for 15 million around that. So you had to pay money for Davies. So in a way you could contradict ourselves. We could contradict ourselves because we could be like, oh, we want this player to have the path that Davies did. Well, we have to buy that player then technically. Yeah, well, you know what? Look, we just Champions League finalists, winners, and the manager is still not getting what he. Flick is not stupid, is he? No, this is why managers could leave you so early sometimes, because you're not willing to spend more and to strengthen. We have to get a bigger squad. No. We can't let this slide. Absolutely not. You need a fourth winger. If the manager wants it, you have to get it. That's what backing your manager means. Backing your manager doesn't necessarily mean here's 300 million. Here is a sales list. Just sell all these players and buy your. That's not what it means. Sometimes it's just selling a player and that's backing a manager. Sometimes it's just getting. Javi Martinez is going. He's going to Athletic Bilbao. Back to his hometown. Back to is it his hometown or is it just his parent club? Back there. Javi's leaving. There was a little moment where they spoke and Javi Martinez is leaving. That's another player that's leaving us. Leaving our bench. Thiago could be. Well, I don't think Thiago will leave if the clubs United and Liverpool are doing what I think they're doing, which is standing, waiting. Bayern aren't stupid. We've never been a sales club. We don't sell. We don't need to sell. It's not like we're selling Thiago and buying Camavinga. We're never doing that. That's never been the case. So if these two clubs aren't gonna buy Thiago, first of all, why would we play Thiago? Look, Schalke. We're playing Schalke in 5 days, 4 days, 5 days, whatever you want. 5 days we're playing Schalke. Why the hell would we play Thiago if he's leaving us? So if Thiago starts that game, he's staying for the rest of the season. Because there's no way why would Flick be choosing Thiago when he's going to leave? No. So if Thiago starts the Schalke game, he's staying here for the rest of the season. And that's pretty much fact for me. There's no other questions about it. I think unless if he's on the bench, then I'm like, okay, Flick understands he's leaving. But if he's not going to, I don't know. There's no, why would it, Flick isn't stupid, so he's not stupid. Who says Davies at right back? Why can't we play Davies right back? Why can't we play Messi at CDM? Well, he'd probably work, but why would you do that? Happy birthday to Thomas Muller. Yeah, happy birthday to him. Getting old. Send me a time machine to the Allianz Arena. We'll reverse everything. We'll bring Beckenbauer back to his young self. Lewandowski needs to go back to being 28. Their players are getting too old. Neuer actually. Neuer needs to get younger, so get him back to 29 or 28, 27. I don't know. We need a time machine, man. These players are getting too old. You know what, man? I don't know. You can't do that. I mean, so we have so many issues. It's weird because we also have a lot of solutions. And apparently there's sources saying Bayern are interested in Gareth Bale on loan. Why? What's the point of these loans anymore? Stop with the La Liga rejects. I don't want them. I don't care about Bale. He's gonna come here, make his 200K a week. Madrid are gonna pay like 600K, and we're gonna pay that 200K for Bale. He's gonna earn 20 million a year. Then he's gonna do nothing, get injured for. The reason why Bale isn't playing and being appreciated by Madrid fans is because, first of all, he disrespects their club by not learning their language. People are like, why are Madrid fans so hateful towards Bale? He doesn't care about them. He's not learning the language to communicate or to even make it, just do an interview and apologize to the fans. When he does play, he doesn't give his all. And you want Bale at Bayern? Hell no, I don't want that. The reason why he's injury prone too. I don't want Bale. He's not good. Well, he's good, but he's not let's buy someone with money. Let's buy someone. I would even loan like a Pedri with an option to buy. Just stop doing that, man. Why did Bayern do this to me? Like, and then watch. Last 5 days of the season or the transfer window, last week, we'll loan like a Bale and we'll loan a Brozovic or something. We'll loan some crap players. I don't want that. Just stop that, man. We don't need to be doing that. We don't need Bale. Absolutely not. We need Hassam. Not him either. I just don't know. It's, you know what? It's good. This board has to understand that if a manager wants something, you have to give them that something. Flick wants a fourth choice winger. He wants a right back. He wants an attacking midfielder. He pretty much confirmed it. Flick pretty much said, we're losing quality. We lost Odriozola. He mentioned him by name. And he said you have to replenish quality with quality. That's what Flick said. Look at that squad. You're missing 3 players there. And if Thiago's leaving, all of a sudden you're missing 4 players essentially. And then Javi Martinez is gone. That's a bench spot that we need Dominic. I don't know. And you know what? Why does no one ever factor this in? If we get a player from Bayern 2 to be on our bench, they're not going to play Bayern 2 games as well. That logic won't work, because Bayern 2 play games around the same time Bayern would be playing. So they'd be playing 2 games. So they can't have time to develop either. If we're going to have a Musiala on our bench, he's not going to be playing Bayern 2 games as well, because Bayern 2 could play the day before and then Bayern Munich play. So he wouldn't be able to, you know what I mean, right? So for me, you can't, unless you want to actually have that situation where you just pull a bunch of youngsters out of their positions and say you sit on our bench. That's development they're not getting. I'm so happy for Batista Maya and Singh and Fructel for going out on loan, because they know they're not getting game time. They're not going to get game time with Bayern 2 because they'd be on the bench for Bayern. They're not going to get game time with Bayern because they're not Muller. They're not that good. So now they need to go on loan to prove themselves. And that's what Coussins needed to do in a way, because technically he's not going to get game time. You know, he's going to sit on the bench a lot. You're not starting ahead of Goretzka or Kimmich or Thiago. You're not doing that. So, or Fine went on loan to Hamburg and he proved himself. And now there's a reason why Fine could play. He earned a spot. So, I don't know. So the whole youngster thing. Zirkzee doesn't play for Bayern 2 anymore. He doesn't. He's sitting on the bench and he's hoping to bank on getting 15 minutes. Or Lewandowski gets a suspension. I bet you Zirkzee goes home and celebrates when that Polish robot gets an injury or a knock, because or a suspension, so he can actually play. So, I mean, that's our squad depth, right? That's not, especially in the attack. You have 5 players. Sane. Yeah, 5 players for 4 positions. That's very poor. And I mean first teamer. Zirkzee's not a starting striker in any top 10 Bundesliga team. He's not yet. He's not there yet. We don't have any, apart from Zirkzee. Okay, 6 players for 4 positions. Well, Zirkzee can only play striker. So that's the annoying thing, isn't it? It's the lack of, Coman's our backup. And you and I know Coman's not staying fit for an entire season. He's not. He's not gonna. If Coman stays fit for an entire season, I would absolutely love this guy for the rest of my life. It's not happening. Yes, what is happening? Rumors that we're not signing. So if you're joining late, Unai Hoeneß does what he does best, and that's just expose Bayern, expose us. Pretty much. I mean, I'll read off some of the things he said. He said that Alaba, the situation is that he wants more money. He wants double date, like 20 million. Hell no. If Alaba doesn't want to budge on that, sell him. You don't need it. You don't need it. You don't. No, I don't want to. First of all, why? Why are you demanding? You're not Lewandowski. You're not Muller. You're not. Alaba's not. Nah. Come on. He's important for our system and the way he moves the ball forward, but he can't be demanding 20 million. He ain't all that. He's not. And then he also said Flick wouldn't be getting his fourth winger because Hansi wants him. He's demanding. Oh man, the most annoying thing is it's not me saying it. It's Hansi Flick wanting a fourth choice winger. So in a way, you can't call me stupid for getting annoyed that Flick wants something that he's not getting, because it's Flick who wants it. It's not me who just wants to get a winger just because I want a new player for my dopamine rush. It's not just us. It's now Flick wants a fourth choice winger, right? So me saying it isn't really me saying it. It's me just saying what the manager wants. I'm backing our manager. I'm the board. And then also on the Thiago issue, he said that both clubs, Man United and potentially Liverpool and potentially United, are waiting till the last minute to come in with a late suit for Thiago, which he's pretty much saying Bayern should either stand their ground or sell him, because they're going to come in last minute and try and give like a low offer, a cheap offer. And Bayern are pretty much just going to probably wait and say no. And if Liverpool and Man United, apparently Thiago has an agreement with them. He doesn't know, but apparently he could. If they don't offer for Thiago with the money Bayern want, Thiago knows Bayern are demanding 30 million euros. Thiago's not stupid. He would know that. Bayern would have talked to him and said, we'll demand this much because you're this quality. You have a year left. 30 million. 30 million is cheap for Thiago. People keep telling me, well, 30 million, he's 29. And then they don't factor in that he's the best midfielder in the world, the most complete midfielder in the world. They don't pay the money, keep Thiago for an extra year. We don't lose anything by losing him on a free. He's going to be 30 next year. 30. I'd rather have 29-year-old Thiago than 30-year-old Thiago. We get it. You want Jabozle. What's with everyone wanting Jabozle? He can't actually join us. He did say he wants to stay at Salzburg. He's staying at Salzburg. There's a reason why other clubs wanted him and aren't going in for him. It's because he's not leaving. I don't think Bayern want to achieve something with this season. We enjoyed success because of squad depth, and that is true. Lewandowski apparently went up to Karl-Heinz Rummenigge and said the reason we won this trophy was because of the squad depth we have. And that's true. We won that Champions League. The players we had helped us so much. You won't understand how well those players had to play. They helped us a lot, man. And that for me is a big point. It's a big talking point. You have to really understand that. Those players helped us a lot, man. Coutinho, Odriozola, Perisic. They helped us a lot in their own ways. They helped us, and we need to have that again. We can't go into this new season. We had a lot of depth, man. People were looking at our bench like, oh, look at Bayern Munich's bench. And now we lost 3 players, and Javi Martinez is leaving. I enjoyed what Javi did. You could come on 5 minutes, help you just keep a clean sheet or something. That's what you need sometimes. You just need that type of player on the bench. That's a Tanguy Kasi now. So very, very good. I don't mind having that. But you also need the attacking options. Who do we get for the attack apart from Sané? But Sané's not coming into our bench. He's going into the starting 11 because he's technically now, based on his pedigree, our second best winger, in my opinion. He's better than Coman. There's people telling me Sané has to prove himself. Did you watch him versus Germany? Every time he got on the ball, the opposition got scared, and he did something. He created a few chances. Sané, 80% fit, declaring himself 80% fit, is better than Coman. And don't tell me about Sané needs to prove himself. We know Sané's a baller. Stop lying to yourselves. Stop. Sané's a baller. He's a true baller. He's what I call a true baller. A new right back and a winger. You know what? I'd take peanuts at this point. Just give us some peanuts. Just give us some peanuts. Everyone want peanuts? Let's use our usual strategy. Raid Real Madrid players on La Liga rejects. Coutinho. The bench is pretty big, isn't it? You know. We need Lucas Vazquez. I can't wait for these loans. Pedri to develop him for Barcelona. You know what? As long as I wouldn't mind a loan, as long as there's an obligation or buy option. That would suit us so well, man. Because I don't want us to sign a player and then they leave us without us having any sort of say. Coutinho made a little bit of sense, because if he plays well, you spend 100 million or something on Coutinho, or you negotiate it down. James made sense because you could buy him, but these loans were, you know, like, you know what? If Perisic wasn't playing well for Inter when we loaned, well, he wasn't playing in general. So for me, what we could have done with Perisic was say, okay, 10 million buy option. Instead of now we have to go and negotiate with Inter. Oh, man, I mean, how can we not sign Perisic? You know what? I know I said paying more than 10 million for Perisic is a waste. Plus his wages, you have to include all that in. But I wouldn't mind Perisic now. Now that I'm hearing we could potentially not sign a winger, I wouldn't mind Perisic. There's Rashica. Thank you so much for mentioning him. He's going to Aston Villa or something stupid. Why do players do this? You're going from a relegation struggling club to another relegation struggling club. Why not just stay where you are and try and get a bigger club the summer after? I guess it's about economics. You make more money at Aston Villa. Thuram? Nah. No, Andy. Unai Hoeneß's statements weren't tactical to lower the price of potential signings. They weren't tactical. We don't do that. He doesn't do tactical statements. You know, he only really speaks his mind. That's why I love him. He speaks his mind. There's no way, because we know for a fact Bayern don't want to spend money. We know for a fact we never want to spend money. We'd get away if we could get away with spending zero. We would. You know, we're one of the richest clubs in the world. I think we're pretty much getting closer and closer to Real Madrid and Barcelona and breaking their revenue numbers. We're getting very close to being one of the richest, right? Well, we are one of the richest. We're getting close to being up top there, like number one, literally. We're getting closer. Every year, our revenue keeps going up. But we're still 16th for spending, you know, and Ian, Robin, and Ribery combined costed us as much as Sané and Gnabry. We didn't change. We did not change our ways. We're still the same old cheap club. But it's good. But at the same time, where it's not good is where the manager wants someone. If your manager wants someone and it's going to cost you 50 million, you do it. Carlo Ancelotti probably asked us for a good, you know, like an already established midfielder, and we bought him Corentin Tolisso. Maybe. That's what happens with Bayern sometimes. Sometimes we don't make decisions for the good of a good decision. We make decisions just so we don't have to make the other decision. It's almost like we buy down. We buy a play. It's good for a Serge Gnabry, a potential player that can reach the top very quickly. I love those sorts of. I love them. I absolutely love them. But you can't keep doing that. You can't. When a manager, you can't keep buying down and hoping that you have. Sometimes you just have to buy a proven player. Sometimes you just have to go for your Hazard and your Neymar. Pep Guardiola wanted Neymar at Bayern. Sometimes, and Pep would have been able to attract anyone he wanted because he's Pep. You know, players want to play for Pep. Sometimes you don't have to buy a Coman. You just buy a Neymar. Spend the extra, you know, 80 million. Spend the 80 million on Neymar because you get Neymar. You get the star. I don't know. Of course, we don't want stars like that, but you get what I mean. Sometimes you don't need to buy down all the time. You know, Pep wanted Neymar. They got him Douglas Costa. He wanted Hazard. They got him Coman. You know what I mean? There is talk of Callum Hudson-Odoi, right? We will sign someone, Andy, but it's not a negotiation tactic. I'm genuinely convinced now we won't sign another winger. We should bet on that. We should bet. Leave a like on the video, by the way. Let's get to 40 likes. How can we have me waking up every single morning trying to create good content, trying. There's no help for me whatsoever. No response. This is a toxic relationship, man. I give all this effort in here and all this shouting and all this Hansi Flick backing as the best board member at Bayern, and no love for me whatsoever by leaving a like. What a shame. What a shame. I can't wait for Bayern, though. I'm tired of watching Premier League. I'm really tired of it. It's boring. I want to watch Bayern. I mean, transfers won't matter to me when Bayern are playing every week. We'll forget. And then Sane will get injured, and then we'll be back to moaning. Not that Sane will get in. You know what I mean. Some player could get injured, and we're back to moaning about transfers again. And you know what? In a way, I'm going to be honest. Talking about transfers, and there's people that say, well, why are you criticizing? It's very important for us to do that. If we didn't, we should. That's how this club is where it is, because someone was like, I want this club to always be good. Franz Beckenbauer wasn't ever satisfied. This guy won everything there was to win, but he wanted to win more. And you have to get to that stage sometimes. As a person, you have to never be satisfied. I'm not satisfied with the squad, and Flick isn't, clearly, because he wants more. Well, we're towards the end of the stream, everyone. I'm not happy with the likes. I'm not. Does this mean the board doesn't want to back Flick? No, it means the board doesn't want to spend money. Is your live stream skipping? Is it? Well, I didn't give it no rope. So how is it skipping? We're not in a gym, so we don't have a rope anywhere. We're not. How are we skipping? We're not regular show. Skip. All right. Well, yeesh. I'm happy today, right? Why? Does anyone do this where your alarm hits and then you just snooze for like 10 hours straight? I kept snoozing for a good 1 hour. I'd wake up every 10 minutes, hit the snooze button, add an extra 5 minutes, snooze. I like doing that. I don't know why. Is that a method to wait? Because, yeah, skipping a lot. It might just be you, because no one else has complained, right? Yeah, Liverpool crap. We can all agree on that. We need a solid center back. Alaba's good, but he isn't a natural center back, and Shula isn't up to the mark. Shula hasn't played a game for Bayern, or started a game rather, for over a year. What do you mean he's off the mark? He wouldn't be off the mark. Nah, don't disrespect him like that, man. This Zula disrespect has to stop. When is it gonna end, Robbie? When is it gonna end, Robbie? Yeah, seriously, where is the Zula disrespect coming from? My guy, I mean, for Germany, if you're first of all, everyone's crap for Germany. Even Sane was crap for Germany, because Germany are a crap national team now. Without the best Hansi Flick ever. I don't know, man. And Hernandez is here. And Kouassi is here. We have a lot of center backs. Center back isn't, and Boateng's already here. If Boateng and Javi leave, then that's where I'd see where you say we need another center back. But I want Upamecano a lot. But that's if Alaba leaves, because they're similar types of players. If you look at their numbers for ball progression, they're very close. So I understand why Hansi kind of wanted Upa, and he's a natural center back. So I get where you're coming with that. Well, thank you everyone so much for watching today. I'm so happy. So happy. But you know what? Let's not be down. I'm sure Bayern will sign someone. We put a bet, so they have to. And leave a like on the video. Yeah, I don't know. No one can say Zula isn't up to. He's our best center back, And I'm not saying that because I have a bias towards him, but I'm saying that because he is. Who's our best? I need to stop. We're going to sign a Hatterin. We're not linked to him, so. Well, unless, you just know too much. Then I wouldn't know. Thiago and Alaba stay. It won't happen. I don't think both of them will stay. Unless you mean this season, then I agree. Ooh. Alright, Mia San Mia and peace. Then we'll win another treble. There you go. Another treble. It's not like they were ever here before 2020, to win other trebles. I mean, I don't think we'll win a treble this year. I know it sounds weird, but I think the other teams are going to be very strong. I don't think we'll get the Pokal. We never get the Pokal like 4 times in a row. just never, or 3 times. Oh wait, and people think we're winning the Pokal every single year. We didn't win it in 2018. I don't know. It's going to be harder. Like that's it. The league is getting stronger. So, and the teams, I could genuinely see us win a Champions League but don't have a Pokal. We could do a double. I don't think we'll win 2. You know how hard it was to win last season's treble? I mean, now we won the Champions League, but you know how hard it actually was to beat the teams we beat? It was very hard. Every game there was talk of our high line, this and that. We're playing Neymar, Mbappe, Di Maria. They're gonna exploit us. Every game had its little factor of fear and that was crazy. What we did was impossible. We smashed everyone, man. We were pretty much on the hub because we were just smashing everyone. We did it. It was very hard to do what we did last year, and to replicate it again would be even harder because they're gonna do extra study. Goretzka said it. They're gonna do extra studying. They're gonna do extra things. And that's why we have to have a better squad. We have to have variety. We have to have a Serginho Dest. We have to have different solutions because they can only do so much of figuring us out. And now Sané's coming in. That's good, but we need more. Well, thank you, everyone. Mia san mia, and peace. We won't sign oh, man. I need to stop doing this where I start reading comments again. I can't wait for the season, man.